Food for Thought with Professor David Ndete.
It is another day for Food for Thought with Professor Ndete. This is where we talk about mental health issues. My name is James Okumu. Thank you so much for tuning in. About 3 weeks ago, we kicked off a series on co-occurring disorders. Today, we are wrapping up that series, but it's been such an educative series to get to learn some of these things that we hardly think about or we hardly hear about. If this series of programs is a blessing to you, please tell others about it. They can watch them on our YouTube channel. We have all of them on the Family Media YouTube channel. We've covered quite a lot. I think we've been doing this this is our second year, if I'm not wrong. I think we kicked off when COVID began. Yeah, I think we've done probably 2 going to 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. So there's quite a lot of content on the Family Media YouTube channel on mental health issues that you can watch. So let's go back to where we left it off last week as we conclude this topic on co-occurring disorders.
You had asked me about substance abuse and depression. Very common indeed. And I am saying this now talking to the viewers.
Yeah.
Again, what we see is behavior.
Yeah.
So, they come and tell you, my son is drinking, or he's taking this and that and that kind of drug. Okay, I have taken them to various rehabilitation centers to focus on the alcohol and the drug that I want detoxification.
Yes.
I want rehabilitation.
Yes.
So that they don't drink. Okay? To stop them from drinking. And of course they pull there, and because they can't access to the drinking, and they make a replacement on the substances that may have gone wrong in the body. And then they will tell you they go home and they keep on going back. However, taking extra time to ask for a co-occurring psychiatric condition may make all the decision. May make all the difference.
Yeah.
Because the reason why this person is drinking is because they may be hearing voices and they really want to get rid of those voices. And the only time they seem to have a little bit of peace
is when they
have taken. So the taking of alcohol is a symptom. It is not the disease. Yeah, you see, there's a difference between a symptom and a disease.
Yes.
So, and I'm not necessarily saying this occurs in all the patients.
No.
But this is that could be the primary problem. A common condition apart from schizophrenia is depression.
Depression, yeah.
And there's a condition called bipolar, which tends to take different forms. So when they get into a bipolar position, life is so good that by the nature of the illness, I really want to enjoy. Why not have a drink with my friends? If they buy one that I also buy them 2.
Yes.
That's part of the illness. Treat the bipolar, and this condition disappears. A very common condition in young people is something called ADHD.
Yes.
Attention disorder. Very common, and it can go on for a long time without being suspected. And the only way you can suspect this is, it happens here all the time, is not just to go on by what the patient is saying. You bring the relatives, the mother.
Yeah.
And then you can tell me about your son. From the time he was born until you start seeing these conditions, they will probably not tell you a lot, but then you ask them, have you seen ABCD? Oh, yeah, actually it has been there. Have you seen this? Oh, yeah, it has been there, but I just dismissed it. What I'm concerned about is my son is not
Yes.
Is drinking. He's not doing well in school.
Yes.
He's having this and that kind of, it's not, it could be even a personality disorder.
Uh-huh.
Very common indeed. I was speaking to a group of experts on personality disorders.
Yeah.
And you know what they said? In UK, in Canada, I think I was the only person from Africa. We are seeing personality disorder in a way we have never seen before. They go and they do, and they have a way of finding this. And we are finding that many people with psychiatric disorders have also, we are talking about comorbidity,
Yes.
have also personality disorders. That is not recognized by the clinicians because they are not used to it. They are used to treating what is you see very easily.
Yes.
And let me tell you, we are seeing a lot of personality disorders here. We have data, but you do research, you go to using this criteria, you find this thing, and you say, no, this is too high. I mean, I must have done something
wrong
with my with my data collection, and I have a lot of data here, which I said, just leave it for the time being. Like for example, in 2008. We did a study here and we found in very many facilities in Kenya, now sticking to comorbidity, and we found that people with HIV/AIDS had more than about 60% had depression. People with the tuberculosis, they have depression. People with the diabetes had depression. This is more than 10 years ago.
Wow.
And I put that data aside.
Yeah.
I published it, but I didn't want to follow it. I didn't know what it was. It's not now recently, when people started asking this thing, and I went back to our data and discovered that we have this condition coexist, very, very common indeed. What were we talking about before I brought in this? We are talking about, what was the question you had asked me?
You had started talking about addiction.
Yes, addiction. So these guys were telling me, and one of them is top globally. I mean, he's the authority. He said, we are finding these things in UK, but we are also discovering that these conditions exist, but they are not identified or even managed. So personality problems are very common. And here in this country, just as everywhere in the world, you tell me I have got schizophrenia.
Yeah.
Maybe I will digest that. But don't tell me about personality problem.
Oh.
Don't tell me that.
There's a huge stigma attached to that.
Yeah, they walk out. Because personality problem...
What does it mean to have a personality problem?
I don't know. Maybe it's the way it has been... It's like when you don't like somebody, you say... You got a personality problem. Tell me I have depression, then we can manage it. Tell me I have a personality problem, it's like you are insulting me. Yeah, you find it very offensive. So me, when I see people with personality problems, I have a big problem. How do I communicate this to him? Because the moment you mention the personality problem, they walk out. And well, basically, I mean, they flare up. I have seen it here. I was very surprised that they have seen it in UK.
In UK as well.
So I told them, by the way, I have got data here on personality problems. It is lying here, there. And we have found these problems here. I didn't know what to do with them. Say, please send us that data quickly. Because probably is the only first data of its kind which has come from this part of the world. So as I was saying right from the beginning, discoveries are made out accidentally. You do things, you find things, you don't know what to do with them. Like, for example, I didn't know what to do with the HIV, tuberculosis, with the depression. I just found it a kite for the time being. Until as new knowledge develops, we start saying, oh, yeah. I made that observation. but I didn't know what to make of it.
But now it's beginning to make sense.
Let me just leave it. Again, comorbidity.
Okay.
So personality problems, mental disorders, substance abuse, ADHD, the schizophrenia, all kinds, anxiety. When people have anxiety, they are anxious, they can't sleep, so they take alcohol, and they may start taking alcohol as a way of reducing the symptoms. But after some time, the alcohol
takes over.
They may take sleeping pills, and this one, the viewers to hear this. There's nothing we can do about that. We can just tell people, please, it's dangerous, don't do it.
Don't do it,
But you know, people, they read in the internet. They say, well, if you have this one, you go and take an anxiolytic. And then, unfortunately, as much as the government has put controls, people have a way of accessing some of these drugs. So they started medicating them with the sleeping pills and many other drugs, which are prescribed, normally prescribed. And then they come to realize that the drug they are taking is a bigger problem
than what they were trying to cure.
Exactly. And they come here, and it's very, it's very difficult to manage.
So, as we wrap up, because my time is almost up, when you have this kind of conditions, are they curable?
Shall we take, for example, a person who is drinking because of they are hearing voices? Give treatment for the
voices.
For the voices, they stop hearing the voices. So why do they want to drink to send away the voices which are not there? Yes. Is this patient drinking because they got a bipolar? Treat the bipolar.
Professor, my time is up.
Okay, fine.
As always, I'm leaving here more knowledgeable than when I came in, so thank you very much.
Well, as I've told you many times, the only satisfaction I get out of this program is if somebody somewhere can get help, not from me, but a professional. Yes.
Very, very true.
Well, thank you very much. That's all the time we have. Thank you so much for being a part of Food for Thought with Professor Ndetei. Next week, we'll kick off another topic. But as always, give us your feedback on 20316 for SMS, WhatsApp 0786 316 316. And if you have topics you would want for us to cover, feel free to suggest. Until next week, God bless you.
Food for Thought with Professor David Ndetei.
You for watching. Remember, subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can get notified whenever we upload new fresh content every day. Stay tuned and enjoy fresh, uplifting content.